Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you didn't know, this past weekend was my birthday. Turned 25 years old. I honestly feel like a woman right now, like 25, like it's so insane to me. But thank you guys for all the happy birthday wishes. It was so sweet and I was so emotional for no reason. I don't know why, but thank you guys so much. But for today's video, we're doing a review on the new Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is a shade right here. I know what y'all are thinking, Chi-Chi, were they darker shades when you saw this? And no, there wasn't. There was two shades that I saw there, but they were both 1 and 2, which is like the lighter shades. This is number 3 right here, and to be honest, it's not that dark. I'm not even sure if it'll show up on my skin tone, but I still want to try it out. So hopefully in the future they do have more shades, because Maybelline, when it comes to their products, I usually love their products, so I know it's gonna be good. But if it is good, they need more shades, and that's just what it is. If you guys want to go ahead and see how I feel about this, then go ahead and keep on watching. So I did go ahead and pick this up at CVS, and they did only have 3 shades like I told you guys. This is the darkest shade right here, and I'm not sure if they have it at Ulta or Walmart or anything like that. I just saw it at CVS yesterday when I went in. But on the back, it does claim to create a naturally bronzed and softly contoured look with City Bronzer, and that's all it has on here. And when it comes to the price, it was a little bit pricey. I think it was 12 something, and I was just so shocked. I'm like, for a bronzer for drugstore, I guess 12 is not too bad, but it's not that cheap at the same time. At least to me, it's not that cheap, because the other bronzers I do have, like my CoverGirl bronzer and the shade Moisture, those were like $10 and below. So 12 and up is a little bit pricey, so hopefully it's good. But before I do start, I need to put on foundation concealer because I'm breaking out so bad on my chin and my forehead. I told y'all I've been sleeping with my makeup on. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I've been so tired, so I always sleep with it on at the moment. I need to stop that. But I do have the foundation in the shade Mocha, which is a little bit too dark for me, and I do have the concealer in the shade Tan, which is a little bit too dark too, but we'll make it work on the skin. So I'm just taking some of this onto my face, and I love the Maybelline Fit Me foundations. You guys know it's like my favorite drugstore foundation in the whole entire world. I just love the way it blends on my skin, and it just sits perfectly throughout the day, and I'm just obsessed with it. I wanted to go with the shade Mocha because I felt like the one in Warm Coconut was a little bit too light at the moment, but this one is a little bit too dark, so I feel like I need to mix the two together. Then I'm just blending this onto my skin, and can I be honest with you guys, while I was doing my brows today, I ran out of my Benefit brow pencil, so I had to use eyeshadow. So I low-key finessed it. It low-key looks good, but I still need to pick up some. Once I'm done with this review, I'm gonna go to Ulta and buy my Benefit brow pencil, but I'm just low-key shocked because I didn't think it looked this good. Alright, so is it just me, or does the foundation look like it matches me perfectly? Like at first I thought it was too dark, but it actually looks like my skin tone. So Mocha may actually be my shade. I didn't know that. But moving on to concealer, I'm taking the shade Tan from the Maybelline Fit Me line, and I'm just highlighting all over just to bring some brightness onto my skin. And Maybelline's like my favorite brand in the whole entire world. You guys have heard me say this so many times on my channel, but I am obsessed with all their stuff. Like, they apply so well, and they don't feel like drugstore products. They feel like they're actually like high-end products, and I love them. So if they ever like send me anything or sponsor me, y'all just know like I am freaking out in the inside. And of course I'm using my beauty blender just to blend it all into my skin. And to set everything, I'm taking my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa. Like I told y'all before, I'm not baking as often anymore. I think this is just so much easier for me just to press it into my skin and move on. But I still love to bake. I just use that when I'm going out and about. But I'm just staying in the house today, so I really don't need to bake. Now for the fun part that you guys have been waiting for. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is what the shade looks like. Now in person, it looks a whole lot darker than it does on camera, so it looks like it'll work on my skin, but at the same time, you guys, I still feel like they need more shades than this. So I'm taking my e.l.f. What is this called? Complexion brush. It's like a bronzer brush, honestly, and taking some of this onto the brush. And let's see what it looks like on the skin. I'm low-key nervous. I do pray that it works, but you just never know. All right. So I'm applying this onto the skin. And it doesn't have any shimmer on it or anything like that. It's a matte bronzer. And it is adding a little bit of warmth to my face. Hopefully y'all can see that on camera. It is adding a little bit of warmth. This bronzer is very, very smooth on the skin because some bronzers, especially drugstore bronzers, they don't blend as well into my skin, but this one is doing a really good job so far, and hopefully it's not my imagination, but I do think it added a little bit of warmth to my face. But just let me know down below because maybe it's all in my head and I just honestly don't know. And when it comes to my bronzers, you guys, I like a very neutral bronzer. Like, I don't want it too red on my skin. And I feel like this bronzer is giving me a very natural bronze look, but not like, you know, too red or anything like that. And it actually looks really, really good on the skin. So this is what my skin looks like with the bronzer on, and I think it looks so nice, you guys. Like, I love that it's not too red or orange on my skin. It's like the perfect color. So what I'm going to do is finish up the rest of my face off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the comparisons between the other bronzers I do have in my collection. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with my completed face, and I'll tell you guys really quickly what I use on my lips. I use a Maybelline lip gloss in the shade Unreal and their Master Chrome highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. Like, Maybelline products are just bomb in general. Like, I love them so much. But moving on to my final thoughts on this bronzer, I think it's a really good bronzer. I feel like, of course, it needs more shades than this because this is not as dark as I would like on my skin, or for anybody darker than me. It's just not gonna cut it, but it's very smooth and buttery on the skin. It's matte, it has no shimmer, no glitter, none of that bad stuff in there. It's just a really good bronzer. But moving on to the other two drugstore bronzers, I do have the Shea Moisture Mandalay Dust bronzer. This is a very popular one. I think they stopped, like, you know, selling this in the store, so they don't have it anymore. But if you can get your hands on it, you'll really love this. And I have the good old CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer in the shade Ebony Bronze. And let me show y'all what these look like compared to the Maybelline bronzer. So this is the Maybelline bronzer right here, and this is the Shea Moisture bronzer. It is such a drastic difference when you hold them next to each other. Of course, it can go a little bit darker, like I said before, but y'all can just tell the difference between the two. And the next one is, of course, the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer, and this is what it looks like compared to the Maybelline bronzer. And of course, y'all can tell it's a huge difference between this two, but I really love the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer because it has a little bit of red in there, but not too much red, and has a little bit of shimmer also. But once you put it on your skin, you guys, it looks so bronzy and glowy, like you just came back from the beach. I really do love this bronzer right here. So the Maybelline one has a lot of potential when it comes to colors. I'm pretty sure they're gonna expand their colors because this is not as dark as I would like. Okay, so those are my final thoughts on the bronzer, and let me know down below if you plan on picking it up because I think it's a really good bronzer, especially when it comes to drugstore. It is hard to find a very nice deep bronzer for the skin. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.